Hi. Susie Ramroop here, transformational coach, focusing on helping you play bigger in your life. Now, I just want to share with you today an experience I'm having right now where I am in beautiful forest, in a cabin, amongst nature. I've heard very few voices this week. It's now Thursday and I've been here since Monday. And I'm here on my own, and I'm here to get some peace and some quiet. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But before I do that, I just want to focus on how I used to be. And I used to be a really, really busy fool. I used to run around back to back in my calendar at work, and my social life looked the same way. And at the weekend, I would tire some of my friends just by describing what I'd done, because I felt like success in life looked like busy and it looked like full. But what it didn't feel like was fulfilled. So it was full but not fulfilled. And it took me years, like literally over a decade, to realise that actually I really valued time on my own. Now, when I was in a corporate career, I was at the height of that career, and I broke up with my boyfriend of 10 years, and I was devastated. Not that he was the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, but it was habit. He was part of my busyness, and it was a part of my life I'd come not to question. He'd become a habit. So at the sign of things not looking so good, I immediately, as a form of insurance, went about filling up my life as quickly as I possibly could. And what that resulted in was me not having any space, me not ever experiencing really what it was like to be alone. So even though I'd had 10 years with him and suddenly he wasn't there, I was in a big house thinking, I don't know what to do with myself. So instead of being in that big house alone, I went and organised things with friends. I booked myself on courses. I learnt flamenco dance. I learnt a language. I did as many activities as I possibly could to numb how I was feeling, because I knew that if I spent any time on my own, it would just be too painful for me to experience. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because fast forward, well, I don't know, how long has it been since I broke up with that boyfriend? Over another decade. But the fact is, the love of spending time on my own did not come immediately. So yes, I kind of slowed down, but I didn't ever really stop. And I didn't ever pause and look at my life and ask myself what I wanted. And now I do that. And one of the things that I really love to do is to spend time on my own. So Monday to Friday, I go away to a log cabin like this, which I love, and I spend time on my own. And since I've been here, 3 days, I've read nearly 3 books. And I would never have done that before. I would never have enjoyed that before. But I feel like I've been feeding my spirit and feeding my soul and nourishing myself. And the more I have time on my own to reflect, I think I've put the TV on once. The more I have on my own to reflect, the lack of background noise, the lack of music, the lack of people talking to me, the lack of me having to respond, the lack of me having to please anyone. There's no one here where I have to please. That feeling is so freeing and so independent, and I'm loving every minute. Now, I actually thought I'd get lonely and bored on this break, and I haven't at all. I watched 1 hour long documentary because I forgot to record it, that was on terrestrial TV. I haven't bought Wi-Fi, I haven't bought satellite, I have no phone signal, which is why this is not live. And I love it. And the thing is, if you told me that I would love this some years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. It would have sounded like torture to me. But the fact is, I've got post-it notes and flip charts everywhere. I'm writing, I'm creating, I'm getting clear. And when you've got noise persistently in your life, and you've filled it up with stuff, you've got no space for anything new, and more importantly, you can't see what's right in front of you. And that's really what triggered this break for me, is the fact that I feel like there are things being presented to me that I'm not seeing because I'm so busy trying to create content all of the time. And actually, that creation of content possibly has become a bit burdensome. It's become something I feel I have to do. Now, there is nothing in life we have to do, which is why I'm all the way at Thursday before I had an idea to record a video. And I'm recording it, as I hope you'll see, from a place of deep peace and gratitude and kind of wow in the fact that I just wouldn't have been here before. So if you're watching this and thinking, on my own for a week, are you crazy? Then build up to it gradually. You know, I didn't go from horror to a week on my own straight away, but I went to, you know, maybe I'll do 10 minutes on my own, maybe I'll spend an evening on my own, maybe I'll spend an evening on my own without the TV on the whole time, maybe when I'm with my family, maybe I also don't need the TV on. Oh, okay, now I'm depending on music, maybe I don't need that music, maybe I need different music. The fact is, it's about doing something different and seeing how it feels. But what I know for sure is if you continue in life doing exactly what you've always done, you're never going to get anywhere different. And more importantly, you're probably denying yourself some really great opportunities. Like, I can't tell you how good it feels to be here. Am I missing my family? I'll be honest, a little bit, but not massively, because I really, really thrive in this environment, and you can too. So I'm not suddenly saying lock yourself away for a week and get peace that way, but I am asking you to experience some. So, you know, if you never have any, maybe try driving in the car without music on. Maybe try sitting in silence for 15 minutes and seeing how that feels. It used to feel to me like torture. I used to want to get up and do something. I used to want to go and write a list of something that popped into my head that I must remember to do. Just let it go. It'll come back. You know why? Because the more space you create and the more silence you have and the slower you operate, the clearer things become. And then you don't need to rush around filling it up all the time, because they come to you in good time and you manage them in good time, and you don't feel exhausted and you don't feel like you've worked hard for not comparable results. So I hope that's inspired you today. If you think this video is going to help someone, please share it with them, because I really love to share these inspirational, hopefully energizing and encouraging messages to just try something different. And I really hope you have a great week. See you soon.